Okay, Saturday morning in the kingdom, and it's 9 a.m. Yes, 9 a.m. We're off to a slow start. But it was windy last night. My little house was just a rockin'. Now I know how the little pigs felt, okay? Yes, they had three different style of houses, and the big bad wolf blew them down. Okay. All right, this morning we woke up to -2 Celsius. Okay, that's warm, but the wind makes it feel like -8. Okay, but it's a chilly -8 because it's freaking windy. All right, so on the yo-yo scale, +28 Fahrenheit, but feels like +18 Fahrenheit. Okay, also today is November 11th, which is Remembrance Day in Canada, Veterans Day in the United States of America. So we'll have a moment of silence not inflicted by the me phone. Okay, I didn't go the full minute or whatever because the me phone will just censor me. Okay, so, oh yeah, we got to thank Sir Rodney. Okay, Sir Rodney got a surprise yesterday and we included it in the video last night. Okay, that was a surprise. He would have never thought of getting a birthday card at Westrans. Yes, and especially the fact that he travels to the United States of America and can use that funny money, as he called it. So he really appreciated that. In the video, he was more shocked than anything. Like nobody's ever done that for him or sent him anything, so he felt loved last night. Yes, we really appreciate it. But then again, we are a tight little group on YouTube. Yes, we're a small group, we're tight, and we're learning. I'm not learning. I am learning too. Even in the comments when people reply to a comment or a video, I'm learning. Everybody's learning because we are the learning channel. Also too, with it being Remembrance Day, Veterans Day, I have a video that I'll include at the end, or the link at the end screen here, on the video we made last year, because I don't like doing things twice except in the bedroom. So we have the red crane cat. That's military issue. The Beach 18 is a wasp. Okay, wasp, not the rock band with Blackie Lawless. No, Blackie didn't fly that plane. It's the Women of Aviation Service. I think that's the proper thing. It's a wasp plane. Okay, and we have the Union Jack for the Battle of Britain. Remember, we had to drop everything and go save them because they're a little island, okay? It wasn't Gilligan's Island, so that's why we're standing here in this location. We have other vehicles in the kingdom that were part of military or built during the war. We have the 45 Chevy, but we also forgot the 41 Chevy right here, okay? That's 1941, so it would come without any chrome or anything. If it did have chrome, it would be painted over right from the factory. So that was the thing. And that's what Grandpa used to tell me about the 45 Chevy truck. It's military issue, and it had no chrome. Everything was painted over because that was the military. You couldn't have flash because if you were flashy, you attract attention. All right. So today, we're going to... It's too windy to work on the roof. I don't know what I was thinking. So we'll be inside the shop. We got to finish that door. The staff's coming over at 11:30 because she doesn't know if she works at her real job, which opens up at 1 o'clock because of the Remembrance Day, Veteran Day services. So today we'll be working on the door. So we need the mini hole out. You know, it's trapped in there. We can't get anything done. All right, we'll scroll a bit more here. It's just an icky day. Yeah, icky, and windy. So I'm hiding here. I didn't untangle the flags today because they'll just self-destruct. So we kind of left them in their natural state of being tangled up. Oh, God, this is the worst intro in the world because I'm sober. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. All right, we're back where we started. So Remembrance Day and Veterans Day. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll now insert the videos from 2022 on the military vehicles here. Okay, for the first item on the military list in the kingdom is a 1944 Beach 18. Okay, this was built for the United States Air Force and it was flown by the ladies of WASP. Okay, that is Women's Air Force Service Pilots. Okay, it's not the groupies for the rock band Wasp with Blackie Lawless. First time with the new lips. Okay, so this plane here, flown by the ladies of Wasp, would be flying along towing a target. Okay, so the target would be behind them, and then the artillery on the ground or where would be shooting at it. Well, I know if my ex-wife was flying the plane, I doubt I'll be aiming at the target. Due to the fact I don't have my glasses on. Okay, but it's a nice plane. We salvaged it. You know, it was good, looked good underwater, and the water kind of saved it. But that's all par for the course. So we'll continue on the quest here. Okay, we can't forget the wing for the plane. So that's the call numbers on it when it was a Canadian bush freighter flying in Northern Canada here, Northern Manitoba. So this tells the whole history right there with the call numbers. Okay, back in 1987, I bought this red crane cat, and I think that's why I ended up getting a divorce. So the boom is pretty long, all right? It looks pretty high. Okay, so back then I loaded a lot of scrap metal and everything out of it, with it and stuff like that, so to finance my adventures and stuff like that. So it's a 1941 T9. T stands for gas motor or track machine. It's not a diesel. Okay, so it was built for the United States Navy. It was popular in the Pacific War part, Pearl Harbor, all that kind of stuff for unloading equipment and everything off the landing craft. It's a very handy machine. The turret turns each way. It lifts up and down. The ball goes up and down. But back in, I think it was 2003, I think it was, we kind of fell through the ice and took it swimming, so it cracked the head. But oh well, we'll fix it someday. Then in 1988, I bought my second crane cat, and this was yellow. So it's a 1941 too, made for the United States Navy. And I broke the crane part off. So I decided to make it into the world famous black cat for winter freighting, because it has the long track and everything. We made our own homemade blade and stuff like that. So both these cats are well featured in my first book, which was Stories Written in 2003, published in 2006. So these black covered King of Obsolete Cat Train newsletter books sell for a lot of money on eBay and stuff like that. I don't know why. $236 US, all because I signed it. I don't know why. You can go to Amazon and download the second edition for free when it's in rotation. Back in 1998, we built 13 miles of ice road to get this D7 4T. It's not a 3T, it's a 4T, because the 4 means military issue. So it's a 1951, most likely for the Korean War. And we dragged it off the ice road, got it to the kingdom, and we kind of play with it once every 10 years or so. But we will get it up and running someday and have some fun. It is featured in my books, the early years or whatever, so please enjoy. The 1945 Chevy 3-ton, which was military issue, sold for civilian use to my grandpa for Barnes Freighters of Medora, Manitoba. Grandpa was privileged enough to be given this truck or sold this truck because he was hauling to the Commonwealth Air Training Bases in southwestern Manitoba. So having this truck was a great privilege and everything. But he got hit by a train in 1945. We've well documented that, and we're slowly working on it to get it back on the road. But this year, with the high price of gas and can't get parts for 3 to 4 months, so a little drive back to where Grandpa got hit by the train was out of the question. 1976 AM General. Okay, I'm getting it right. M16 Roto Wrecker, because this is the days before Jamie Davis made him famous on Highway Through Hell, but that's a Roto Wrecker for tow trucks of the military, okay? This truck was based at Shiloh, Manitoba when I was growing up, and it's will be featured in my fourth book in the Naughty Natalie series because it does play a major role. So in 2019, I was owed some money, and it kind of showed up here in the middle of the night. So it kind of brings back memories of the good times and everything we had back then in the 80s. So I'll be telling more on that. But it's known as the green toy in the kingdom, and we have lots of fun with it. Okay, Thor the Plow Truck is a 1983 IH Paystar 5000 spec for the United States Air Force to plow the runways during the Cold War so the nuclear bombers could take off and land. So now the poor truck is at the end of the world, enjoying its retirement, plowing on rocks and more rocks and more rocks. But the truck has been very good to us, and it is 100% military because you go to order anything from fan belts to heater switches to you name it, it's military spec. So you have to really use the internet and Google to find the parts for this truck. I'm glad I purchased it, and hopefully we get quite a few more years of use out of the truck and having fun. Well featured in my books and rescuing the Screaming Ford off the winter road. Okay, back to regular schedule programming.
Saturday morning in WHO-ville, and as you can see, the sun's trying to peek out behind the clouds, but I'm pretty sure it's going to snow again. It was snowing most of the night as well. Now I have to head on over to the kingdom and go help my dad flip a door, and then I can head out and go to work. Just got to the kingdom, and it looks like my dad's ready to flip the door, so I'll head on down to the shop and do a little video on that, and then flip it, and I get to go to work after. Looks like the new shop door my dad's making is done. Now we have to flip it over, that way he can do the other side here, because we do have to have both sides. And over here we have some more material that he brought in. Got some more sheets of plywood, and we have some more recycled plastic as well. That way we can reuse everything, because living up in the great white north of Alaska wilderness and stuff, we have to use everything we can. The new double barrel wood stove seems to be working out really nicely. My dad said there's a lot of heat coming off the top. This is the first time we've ever built something like this, so I'm pretty amazed that it's actually doing good. It's even putting out more heat than my wood stove did. That's why it's sitting over there now. We'll give you guys a different look from over here. As you can see, it all comes up in this way, barrels over here, and then goes up through the chimney. It's basically just a second compartment for all the heat. Didn't take us long, and we're able to flip over the door no problem. We had to drop it down in between the barrels and then flip it because somebody put a light up there and we didn't want to whack that out because that's the only light we have right now. And as we flipped it over, my dad noticed he kind of missed the nail, / it was pretty windy and it wouldn't go in. But I guess if you're trying to hammer at a funny angle, you wouldn't be able to get it. Now he's going to insulate the inside and put the top on and throw in some more nails as well. That didn't take very long. We got everything done. Now it's time to grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville and get ready for work. Lunchtime, and I just got back from the kingdom. I already put the quad away as well. Now it's time to head inside and let the dogs out and then make lunch and head on up into work. 1 o'clock, and I'm just getting ready to head to work now. As you can see, the sun is shining for once. We even have some blue sky peeking out as well. Hopefully it turns into a nice afternoon. Too bad I'll be inside all day working. Now let's let the dogs in and head on up. Little after 5 p.m. and I just got off work. As you can see, there's still some daylight out, but the sun is setting. It is Remembrance Day, so it was only a half day. As you can see on my window here, I do have them insulated now and covered with plastic. This way the warmth stays in. Supper time, and this is the weather we're sitting at right now. It's 1 degree Celsius, which is 33 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we have the feels like on the bottom. The sun is slowly going down, and there is a bit of a wind, and that wind is really chilly. If it wasn't for the wind, it would actually be a really nice day. Now let's head inside, make supper, let the dogs out, and end my day.
Okay, that took a little thought and skill, and I got the door outside. Of course, the mini hoe didn't fit out the hole. We had to open the door. Okay, to open the door, we put these shelf brackets on here, okay, to keep the door from falling off till we build the hinges. I knew they would stretch, okay, so I knew that because when I was growing up, our wee lad in the pink house in Alexander, I had a bookshelf full of books, and I knew that those things bend and flex and the books fall off. So what I did was bar the door out. You can see my little bar marks. We slid it out, and for safety over here, we had this wedged in, and it's poking into the ground. You can see how many times we had to move it, but it worked out well, so that everything is safe and sound. Now we can put this door into place and make sure the white side is in for reflectability, and it worked out good. I closed the curtain to keep some heat in the old part of the shop, and the wood stove is turned right down, so once we get that old door cut up, that stove will be pumping out the heat. Okay, I'm glad I didn't record this because it's 100% luck. I was able to get the door out and flipped into position here. It was kind of a little spooky, but like, how would you say, hold my beer, and we got it done because I had no staff. So now we can level it out and everything like that. So we're working on the top. Okay, do we care more about the top because we have to seal it to the pipe, and this one is getting leveled out too. So once I get them leveled out with little shimmy blocks down here and stuff, then we can concentrate on the hinges to make them open and close. All right, this turned out very well today. And of course, it's freaking windy and we're trying to balance and swing the door around, but it all worked out in our favor. All right, let's get this thing done before it falls off. Okay, 4:30 in the afternoon and we got the door on. It's freaking windy, unreal. I screw nailed it together. I got weather stripping on the top so I don't lose heat, and we weather stripped the air hose thing, or the hose, or the thingy-me-bob. What do you call it? Yeah, that's close enough. Let's get inside. It's too chilly out here. Okay, the door turned out well. We got it chained and strapped so the wind doesn't blow it off or anything like that. I got it sealed up pretty good. And over here's the old door. We're going to cut it into wood strips for the wood stove to keep the heat on. And we'll save the insulation for stuffing around all these joints and everything here. So it's too early to quit because the boss is an asshole. So now we got to figure out how to seal up in here, sort of thing, right? Because I got a major heat loss there. I don't know why. Okay, 6:30 in the kingdom, and we've got some nice temperatures here. I had to let the wood stove die out because I was working beside it. Okay, so over here, I don't know if we can see it. It's kind of shining into the lights. Okay, I got that. Oh, turn the light on. There. So I got the beam on the bottom, right there. All enclosed because it was all broken and split. The last thing we need is grinder sparks going up there. And the steel part that we built is floating, so I couldn't anchor anything, so I just shoved that plywood there up into the pipe thing. Okay, that's just temporary, so 20 years from now it'll seal up nice. So I went right along, and it was hot over in this corner here, and the stove had died out. But that's what I wanted. But it's nice in here, and that door looks good. Now that everybody's dizzy, have a drink. Okay, I'm outside here. We just stocked up the wood stove with all the pieces that I cut and everything. So seeing how it's Remembrance Day, we'll be having a few drinks of this tonight and some vodka. We did lose some relatives when I grew up knowing that I lost relatives over in World War II, and they're buried in Italy and England, I think it is. I'm not really sure, but I know there is one in Italy. I know that. And look at the flags. They're all confused. So well, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, and make a video. Talk to you later.